Hello and welcome back to the Contemplation Cafe. This is Paul, your host as always, inviting you to come inside, pull up a chair, and have a think or two. And today we're going to have a new word of the day, and that word is technocracy. Try saying that 10 times fast. You've heard of theocracy and democracy, plutocracy, and now we have technocracy. It's a newer word. You don't hear it spoken about a lot. It's going to be bandied about more often, I think, as we move forward. A technocracy is the government or control of society or industry by an elite of technical experts. So basically, the smart people are in charge. I think you're going to see a technocracy is what's going to drive this Babylon, this end-time Babylon, this worldwide, one government, one economy thing that's being built for Antichrist. It is a technocracy. It will be total control through technology. Yes, there will still be brute force with military and things like that, but aside from that, it's technocracy. It is going to be through technology that the system of ultimate and total control is going to be implemented and built, and at somehow the Antichrist will come and take a hold of it and seize control of it so he can rule and reign, declare himself to be God, and demand to be worshipped as God. Remember, Revelation 13, that no one will be able to buy or sell without receiving a mark in their hand or in their forehead. And there's room right here and right here for a tiny grain of rice called a microchip that already has been employed in certain places, contains all your information, so that can very well, if it ain't the mark of the beast, it's awfully darn close. So as cool as this is, we're going to see this begin to disappear and be replaced by, for total control. Now you can be tracked and monitored whether you're asleep or you're awake, wherever you are, wherever you go, whatever you do. And then instead of like using this, for example, they can do it right now. You could take this to the grocery store and wave it at the register, look kind of funny, and it can say, yeah, you're all good to go. Here's your groceries. Have a nice day. By the same token, it could turn around and say, boop, nope, you're not getting anything. And they take away your groceries and you walk away with an empty stomach, empty-handed. We're going to see more and more and more of this. For example, central bank digital currencies. Those are already being rolled out all over the world. That is programmable digital money. So the government can tell you what to buy and what not to buy. And it could be something that you actually need and can use. It could be something silly. The government could really just say, if you don't use your money to buy as many shovels as possible in the next 10 days, you've lost all your money. They could do that. And you would have no choice to buy every shovel you could find, or after 10 days, all your money's just gone, because they'll just make it disappear. Or if you speak out against the government, say, you know what, I don't like what you're doing, they just cut you off and say, hey, until you apologize and play nice, you got no more money. Doesn't matter how much you make or how much you have in the bank, they'll just go boop, and it's gone, just like that. And you can't get it back. We're looking at new cities of tomorrow called the 15-minute city. And those are out in the news, where you live, you work, you play, you shop, you do everything in a packed-in metropolitan area. So really you only need to travel 15 minutes to go anywhere, do anything. And you're traveling, the majority is going to be by public transportation. Who's going to run public transportation? The government's going to run the public transportation. If you happen to have a car, you still can only drive so far. And then they're going to go, poop, you've driven too far. Your car's now dead. You won't be traveling the world. You won't be traveling to the Grand Canyon over the summer to take the kids. If it's not within the radius of this town you're now being forced into, your car's going to stop working. So the days of you moving around independently are over. Your movements will be controlled and tracked by the government. This technocracy is being assembled at breakneck speed. And you're going to hear more and more and more of a technocracy that's coming. These elites that meet every year in Davos, Switzerland, to plan this utopia. They know how important technology is. And people are pouring all their money and resources into this kind of technological advancements that they're going to market as a good thing, like your own personal carbon tracker, so you can reduce your carbon footprint and save the planet. It's going to be on the flip side, hey, you've used too much carbon, you can't get food anymore until next month, or you can't travel, or you can't do this or that because you're a naughty citizen now. You're consuming too many resources, so we got to cut you off. That's where it's going. And of course, the ultimate of all of this is to create this one world economy, this one world system, this one world government, this authoritarian technocracy to totally control everybody. And then, of course, when Antichrist comes to power, he's going to seize control of this mechanism, this government thing that's being built for him, because he doesn't have time to do it himself. It's being built for him so he can assume control. And that way he can rule with an iron fist and truly demand that he be worshipped as God. And if he is not, then he's going to draw your circle of life to an immediate and sudden close. But that's where we're going today. And I just wanted to take a moment and just bring some of these things to your remembrance so you realize where we're at. It's kind of like the old sailing term, keep a weather eye on the horizon. So it's kind of like keep an eye where you're at now, but keep an eye what's coming down the road. And so this is just a friendly little a warning of what's coming, and to pay attention, to be awake, to be sober, and to be vigilant, knowing that your adversary, the devil, roams about like a roaring lion, looking to who he can devour. But we got to resist him, being steadfast in the faith. Remember, a lot of deception is coming, so strong that it could deceive, if possible, the very elect. So we've got to be on our toes. We've got to have our eyes open. We've got to be in God's Word. We've got to be in prayer. We have just got to be on our spiritual game. Time is running out, and it's time to lay aside every weight and the sin that so easily ensnares us and trips us up, and run that race with endurance, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. Now is the time. So I'm here to encourage you with this, to challenge you, to scare you, to whatever it is. But to take a moment to wake up, think about these things. Go look at these articles that are out there. See where the world is heading and how rapidly we're heading that way. Folks, time is getting really, really short. And the time to sit there and debate whether you are or you are not going to believe the gospel is running out like the sands through the hourglass. This is no longer the time to hem and to haw and to falter between two opinions. Today is the day. Now is the time of salvation. If you are not born again and you're hearing this, this is your time to turn away from your sin, to repent, to make a U-turn, to run to the cross of Christ and grab hold and ask for God's mercy and his forgiveness. Judgment's coming, and it's not going to be fun. The things that are coming down in the next few years are going to be very, very, very unpleasant for a lot of people. And now is the time to get things right while there is time, because there's a day coming where grace and mercy are going to run out, and there will only be wrath and judgment. And on that day, it is too late to do anything but receive judgment and judgment and judgment and judgment. And I don't want that for anybody, and the Lord doesn't want that for anybody. Remember, the lake of fire was prepared for the devil and his angels. It wasn't prepared for you and me. He'll send us there if that's where we want to go, but that's not what it was there for. God has better things in store for us, planned for us, prepared for us, if we will just repent and believe in the gospel. Thanks for stopping by the Contemplation Cafe. See you again next time.